Knitworthy podcast, sharing our love of the fiber arts from the heart of the Ozarks with your hosts, Brianne and Mama Linda. Find us on social media as Being Brianne and Stony Brook. Then y'all should come on over and join our Knitworthy podcast group on Ravelry. And now, it's time for another episode of Knitworthy. Hello, and welcome to the Knitworthy podcast. Here we are. We are recording. It's been 2 weeks since we recorded.
Can you believe it?
We kept on our schedule.
We did.
Give me 5.
Yes.
Sweet. Well, this is episode 34.
It is.
And today is Friday, June 19th.
Yes, it is.
Yes. And how are you doing, Mom?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
I had so much fun with Heather. Did you?
I did. Now, you guys may not know, we took a very last-minute trip to Virginia to go see my sister Heather, your daughter Heather, and Spencer, and little Bennett, who is 2. He'll be 2 next month.
Last minute, because we weren't sure really up until like 2 days before we left whether or not we were going to actually be able to go because of my husband's work.
Yes. And even then, like our first night on the road, because it's a 2-day drive, that's the way that we did it. That first night was like stress because
oh my goodness,
of paperwork and stuff.
We were up until 11 trying to get some paperwork together and posted that had to change that we didn't know about before we left.
Right.
And finished getting it off the next morning. And so it was like the first couple days of our trip, there was quite a lot of work still happening.
Yes. And even afterwards, you know, it would be, you know, Bennett's nap time, and Heather would go up to her office to get some work done, and Dad would sit down with his laptop like this. Like, you could tell he was just so happy with himself that he still got to do some work. So,
yes,
that man.
I know.
Brian said, is he like Bappa? Bappa was your dad, where, you know, he had the briefcase.
Everywhere we went, the briefcase was there.
And I said it reminded me so much of Bappa.
Yeah.
Except he didn't have the second briefcase that had the phone in it.
True. Early days, it was definitely the second briefcase with a phone. Kind of like, what was the name of that old series, Get Smart?
Yes. Exactly.
Probably half the people out there have no clue what we're talking about.
I have a little bit of a clue of the reference, but
Don something. I don't know. Anyway, he played a guy who is kind of a bumbling detective, or a FBI guy, I think, and he had all of these high-tech gadgets that just, you had a shoe phone and stuff like that. So it's a very clever briefcase phone. Hello.
Well, I have so many memories of, you know, Bappa sitting on the couch in, you know, different vacation spots where we'd, you know, all, you know, 25, 30 of us go on vacation together.
Yeah.
And, you know, he'd be on the phone with, you know, one briefcase over here and one briefcase over here. And, you know, he'd be working and making deals happen.
Yeah.
And
his idea of a great vacation or a great present to give was all of us spending time together. And I must say, when I was a young mama, I appreciated it, but not like I do now, having those wonderful memories together.
Oh, sure.
But you know, unfortunately, you're never going to get that from me unless something happens and we win a lottery that we don't play. So, you're just going to have to, I guess that's why I like you upstairs. I take after my dad.
That's right.
So anyway, but it was super fun, and it was so nice seeing Bennett. He's grown so much.
He has. And he is in love with Isaac. He just thinks Isaac is like the most amazing person in the world.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because Heather texted us the day that we left and said that that Bennett woke up from his nap yelling, "Isaac, where are you?"
Yeah.
And so, you know, and even today or yesterday, he wanted to talk to Isaac on FaceTime. So I think you guys are going to record something for her.
We are, because I thought it would be nice. He's connected with Isaac, so we'll record a little something with Isaac reading to him or whatever, so he can still have the fun of Uncle Isaac.
Such a good idea.
Yeah.
I love it.
We did not end up getting a chance to do a get-together.
No, we did not, just because it was kind of a whirlwind of a trip.
It was 2 days there, 2 days back, obviously. And, you know, unless you stopped halfway and decided to live somewhere else. And we decided to come home since the kids were here.
Yeah.
Brian, where are you guys? It's Sunday night and we're expecting you. Oh yeah, we decided we really like Kentucky.
Exactly. So it ended up not working out, and I do like I always do whenever there's some transition that I'm making. Even if I'm having fun, I end up having a headache day, and
Yeah.
I end up having a headache day.
I don't think anybody was saying we would.
No.
But
I sent everyone on and said, go have fun. They did, but it cuts into your time when you have that down day.
yeah.
So hopefully someday I'll get over that and I don't have them, but
Yeah.
it was so fun. But I did not want to take it. We had not seen Bennett or Heather in over a year, and I love all of you, but I really didn't want to take any time away from seeing them. Had we not had to get back, we would have added an extra day so that we could have gotten together with you. But Brianne had to get back because hubby has to work.
Yes, my mother-in-law, Anne. That's a new term. We're keeping that.
I like that.
Yeah, thanks. My mother-in-law, Anne, flew in from California, and she was super Nana while she was
Oh
here.
my goodness, yeah.
And the kids just loved it, and she was able to go do fun things with them, and actually managed to get Brian to take a day off of work, which was like, unheard of. This man works through everything. And so, it was just really neat. But she left. She has, a
has
job.
life.
She has a home that
Poor
she needs to
Hannah.
get home to. Exactly. And so she flew back to California, and
We didn't even get to see her.
no, we didn't.
We passed in the air. Well, she was in the air. We were on the ground. But
I felt terrible. I was like, okay, here, take my kids. I'm going to go and have fun. And, but she loved it. I feel bad that I didn't get to see her because it's been 2 years since I've seen her.
yeah, but she is a wonderful Nana.
Oh.
She did swimming and took them out miniature golfing, and they were out every day doing fun things.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not that kind of Nana.
You're a different kind of Nana.
I'm a
'cause
different kind.
You do fun. You do other fun kinds of things with them.
I do, yeah. We do stuff at home,
Yes.
and we do projects and things like that. But anyway, that's okay. It's nice to have lots of different kinds of people in your life, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It is very okay.
And did you do any knitting while you were gone? What happened? I see you're wearing knitting.
Yes. Well, this is the knitting that my daughter did. Yesterday was your day with the kids. Well, I took your mom to the salon and had a day out with her. And so Mom taught Ailish how to finger knit. So this is the scarf that Ailish very proudly made me. And
I think it's adorable.
yes, she said, now Mom, the way that I like to wear scarves is she showed me. She said, now you have to do it like this, and then you have to fling one side over your shoulder so it's on your back.
So gentil.
I know, right? So that's the way I'm going to wear it.
I love it.
Except maybe not quite so tight around my neck.
It's cute. It's a perfect summer scarf, I think.
She was very happy that I wore it for the whole rest of the day. It made her so pleased to see me wear it. And so,
Well, she has tried knitting before, and she can knit, but it is a lot slower for her. And
course.
so I had been going on Pinterest, of course, pinning the millions of ideas that I do.
yes.
And that was one of the ones I thought I'd like to try with her, because I thought it would be really easy. And if you don't know what finger knitting is, it's just using your hands, and you knit on your 4 fingers. And so all you need is yarn, and you have the other tools.
There you go.
I suggested that perhaps she wanted to try for 10 fingers on one hand so she could knit a sweater, but she didn't think she could manage that.
Well, oh well. What do you do?
But that was our fun project. I'll put a picture of her in the middle of knitting her finger knit scarf at the end so everybody can
That's a
see.
good idea.
And I'm wearing the scarf from the wonderful gift box when Brianne,
Yes.
the last time Heather was out, I think it was.
It was.
She let us shop in her gift box, and I chose this beautiful drop stitch scarf.
That's the string theory cowl.
String theory cowl. I love it, and I had such great intentions of wearing it, but the air conditioning down here is not so great, and I'm too hot.
It's kind of the opposite of our old house, where
I
the
know.
basement was always rather cool, and the upstairs was a little bit sweltering, and now we've managed to flip-flop it, so the
Everywhere.
upstairs is rather cool, and the basement is a little bit sweltering.
It's possible that I'm the one that's full of hot air, and that's the problem. It's following me wherever I go. I've shown this before, but in case you're new to the podcast, this is what the beautiful drop stitch cowl is. Now you have to be a brave person to knit it.
Yes,
Because it's lots of knitting, right?
Yes.
And how do you get the drop stitches?
You knit the whole thing. It's all knitted, and then you just drop the stitches down. And so you basically lose, like, you know, I don't know, probably a third of your knitting to drop stitches.
But I don't know of any other way to get, I suppose you could do a million wraps that you drop, but that would be really difficult. So
That would be really hard.
I think this is just the way to do it.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's really super gorgeous, but I just can't.
It's okay. It's okay.
This was for you. All of you out there, so I wouldn't miss.
That's right.
Oh.
Well, I think our gooseberry for both of us was just seeing Heather.
That's it. Oh my goodness.
It was just being there with her and seeing Spencer and
they're doing
spending
great.
time with Bennett. And, you know, for me, I've never been to Virginia before. They've been there for almost 6 years. I think next month it'll be 6 years.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And just being able to immerse myself in her world and getting to see how her life is and was just so priceless.
She's a fantastic cook.
Oh my goodness.
She runs, which we say this, anybody who runs, hello. And Spencer is working on his doctorate, and he just got back from Tanzania.
Yes.
And he was teaching a college course there and was using that as part of his doctoral work that he's doing. And so that was exciting. We got to see pictures of all sorts of exotic animals.
Yeah.
And
Well, and not even that, but just, you know, learning, he taught us about, you know, some of the people there and some of the tribal customs. And I mean, it was really neat to see all of his pictures. He had like 1,000 pictures. I don't think he showed us all of them because that would take a very long time.
they were all like him in the sense that they are all very dedicated to being educated and being the best they can be. And he's just persevered through that. And those people that he was teaching over there were the same way. They're all doctors and have their masters and are doing great things in their country, and he got to share with them and learn from them. So it was a neat thing.
Yes.
Bennett runs. That's all I can say. Adorable, and he runs.
Yes. And we decided that he and Evan would be fast friends.
Yes.
Because Evan also pretty much runs everywhere.
We want to put one of those step counters on him because I'm pretty sure he's right into marathon category.
Yeah, he would grab onto your pants and say, fast, fast.
Yeah.
And that was your cue to go and run laps around the kitchen and dining room and living room with him. And, you know, it was so much fun. It was just fantastic.
Don't mind me.
Well, let's talk about what we're knitting. I will start as you are grooming yourself.
Sorry, I'm so hot.
What am I knitting? I took along 5 projects to Virginia because if you're going to be gone for 8 days, you really do need 5 projects. And one of the projects that I brought along were my zigzagular socks that I had started. These are by Prairie Girl Susie. And I started out with a cuff on this sock. And then I ended up having to rip out the cuff because I realized that it was supposed to be a twisted rib because the pattern that goes down the side, there we go, no, there. The pattern that goes down the side of the sock is a twisted stitch that's like a traveling stitch. And so I needed to make sure that in order for the stitches to flow well into each other, you know, that I had a twisted rib cuff. So I ripped out, this was like a whole new sock basically. And it took a little, I'm not going to lie, it took a little time for me to get used to the pattern and to feel comfortable doing it. But once I kind of figured out what I was doing and kind of had a method for how I wanted to keep track of if the stitch was moving that row or not, and, you know, got the pattern memorized into my head, then it went along a lot smoother. So I have a heel. I did a regular heel flap. Oh, hold on. Ta-da!
You just carry that in your purse, do you?
It's not my purse. This is my podcasting bag.
Oh, okay.
So that makes total sense.
All right. I thought you were just whipping it out of your purse.
No. I do keep a lot of things in my purse, but not a sock blocker.
Okay. I thought maybe when people are asking you what you're knitting, you do that to show them.
No.
That's what you could make a necklace out of it, and it would make more sense that you just happen to have it along.
That's true. So here we go. Here's what it looks like. And I really,
so pretty.
I really like it. This is the yarn that you dyed for me.
As you say that, I still have no recollection of it, but
yes.
I love it.
So it was a very talented mother who dyed this yarn for me. And so I still have the foot to go. I'm done with the gusset decreases. I still have the rest of the foot to go, and then the toe, and then I have to start the second one because I have 2 feet, much like a lot of people.
Wow.
I know.
Is there just the astonishing knowledge you learn on this podcast?
I know.
2-footed Brienne. Does that make you a biped? Not sure.
The other thing that I started actually just today, because this morning I got to take Evan to the dentist for his checkup, and I have a fear of the dentist. I do not like going to the dentist. I happen to have bad teeth. I was not blessed with teeth that don't get cavities. So going to the dentist for me is usually a very costly and nerve-wracking experience. And I hate the lectures. I really, if you are a dental
You just are
person,
anticipating a lecture. You didn't get one this time, did you?
I did not get this one this time, but just because the dentist was in and out of that room so fast that I didn't get a chance to meet with him. So the dental hygienist was the one who came in and talked with me.
Okay.
So I didn't get a lecture. Yes. But
Your kids do brush their teeth, though, on
They-
a regular basis,
they
right?
do.
Not just annually.
no, it's true. They happen to inherit my teeth as well. So I'm sorry. The genetics did not win in this case. Brian has never had a cavity in his life. My teeth are basically silver. So
Sorry.
no, that's okay. I'm sorry that my teeth were so expensive.
It's all right. You're worth it, sweetie.
So I started, I need to pull out the yarn. I started a pair of socks out of some yarn that I actually just bought yesterday because Mom asked me to pick up some yarn for Ailish.
She was having so much fun, and all we had were thinner yarns, and so I thought she would enjoy a nice bulky one that would make finger knitting actually show off.
Yes.
If you're going to try finger knitting, use a bulky yarn. It's easier for little fingers.
Yes, and she wanted to make a scarf, and so I found like a baby. I should have brought it down, but I found a baby yarn. I'll link to it in the show notes.
Super soft.
And of course, since I was there, I was like, I wonder what of the Patton's Croy yarn they have for socks, and they had this.
Isn't that pretty?
It is so fun.
Mm-hmm.
This is their color Route 66. So these are my Route
fun.
66 socks.
And Route 66 is a reference to a vacation wonderland that was part of I think it would be the early 50s and 60s. And it took you cross country in the United States, and it was, every family's dream to hit Route 66 and see the world and have the family vacation.
Yeah.
So
And we have part of Route 66 that goes through our area.
we do.
And goes through Joplin, Missouri, of course, which is part of the song. It even has a song. So I thought that this would be fun. I'm not sure who these are going to be for. I don't know if they're going to end up for Brian or for me or for Mom or for somebody, but I thought I'd get into them at least.
And you can kind of see a road on there now. I see a dotted line down the center of a road, don't you?
There you go. That's it. And again, this is, I don't know if it's Patton's or Peyton's. Which do you think it is?
I declare it Patton's.
Okay. And she has declared it, and so it shall be.
I declare you all thin and wealthy, also, as long as I am declaring things. And healed. Hello. Let's just hit it all.
That's right. I like it.
Okay.
That's good. This Patton's Croy is a sock yarn that holds up really, really well. It is a 75% super washable, 25% nylon blend. And, I mean, these socks stay forever.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for something,
They're worth your time.
they are. And it was, I think, $5.99. You need 2 balls of yarn though, so make sure that you don't just get one thinking that you're going to get a pair of socks unless you have really tiny feet.
Yeah. Kid socks you could, but
Yeah. So that is what I'm currently working on. So Mom, what are you currently working on?
Well, everybody knows I'm working on a million things.
Yes.
I finished up a lot of things, but I just don't want to overextend my time in this podcast. Every time I edit, I'm like, oh my gosh, won't she stop? So I think instead of me sharing works in progress that are just like I did a few rows here, a few rows there, I would love for us to take a break for a moment.
Okay.
I did some, when I was at Fiber Fest in Colorado, I did a couple interviews. Tell me what you think about yarn.
I love it. I want more of it.
Awesome. Kind of like that. But I have 2 in particular. I'm going to share one this time, one next time, then we'll get back on our cycle for be our guest. But I really wanted you to meet somebody that I met who is a friend of Peggy Doney, who is the 100th Sheep. She's my great pal in Colorado. I call her my sister because she's that special to me. I love my sister Holly, and Peggy's another sister. I have a couple others.
She's a kindred spirit.
She is a kindred spirit, and I suppose if I met all of you, you would also be my sister. So anyway, she took me to one of her meetings, and her not like a AA meeting, but that would be okay too. But she took me to a fiber meeting, and I met Heidi there, and she has a full-time job and the whole thing going like many of you do, but she also is an excellent dyer and does beautiful things, and she had her booth there. And so I just thought maybe you'd like to meet Heidi and see the wonderful stuff that she's dyeing up. She has these beautiful gradient packages, and she's going to tell you there if you want to reach her and get some of it. I think you should. Shall we just invite Heidi to share with us?
Yes, I think we should.
Okay, Heidi,
Yes.
tell us more about you.
Hi, I'm Heidi Bates with Dragon Fairy Dye Works, and I'm here at Yarn Fest and selling my gradient yarn kits and hoping a lot of people will buy them.
They're gorgeous. And
Thank you.
can people reach you online?
They can. I'm on Facebook under Dragon Fairy Dye Works, and sometimes I'm on Etsy, but that's not my favorite thing. So
they should
Facebook.
meet you on Facebook. Great.
Yes.
Well, I hope you do have a great show.
Great, thank you.
I have to say thanks, Heidi, for letting me photo you and video you while you were busy getting ready for everybody to come. But I loved your stuff.
I did too. I really love all of her gradient colors. I mean, you can tell she really takes a lot of care when she's putting her packages together, and and all of her gradient colors. Beautiful.
Yes, and at the end I did that pan of her booth so you could kind of get an idea of the different colors that she does in gradients, but I was in love with this one. I had to take a photo so I didn't forget it. That would be, let's see if I can get it without the glare. How's that? Any better? I'll tell you what it says. It says it's the Sassy Shades, and that's a fingering, Darlington fingering, and it's a merino nylon tencel. How do you say that? Tencel?
Sure.
Anyway, it's 5 ounces, so it's a lot of great fiber there, and I just thought that would make a lovely shawl, of course.
Beautiful.
So anyway, if you want to connect with Heidi of Dragon Fairy Fiberworks, Facebook is the place to do it. Heidi Bates. And I have I think 2 other interviews that I did there to just introduce you to new fiber people. Isn't it fun to meet new people that are so gifted in what they do?
Yes.
And she's a super nice person. Oh my goodness.
Don't you? I like knowing that, you know, the people that I buy my stuff from are super nice people. I had just assumed that all knitters and, you know, people who are like that are super nice. I just assume.
Yeah.
But when you actually get to meet them and get to know them and you realize, oh my gosh, you really are wonderful. It's so much nicer to be able to support them.
That's for sure. And I got that impression from so many people that were there participating. So it's a nice confirmation. Nice people. So check out Heidi Bates, Dragon Fairy Fiberworks. I get nothing for the shout out. I just thought you'd want to know her because she's wonderful.
Absolutely.
So that's me for what I have in progress. So should we
talk about what we finished?
Let's.
Who would like to go first?
I think you should.
Okay. I have 2 things that I finished while we were on our trip. The first thing that I finished is I finished Sockhead hat number 4 for reals. That's the name of it, because the first Sockhead hat number 4 was not happening. So I'm not going to put this on because y'all know what a Sockhead hat looks like on me.
It's so gorgeous though.
Yes, but you have to look at the colors because the colors really do make it, I think, spectacular.
It's a great neutral, a little bit of a blush tone to it, but it's got cocoa colors. I mean, I see hot chocolate and cherries, and but it all so sun-washed and beautiful.
I think it's very understated. It's not like an in-your-face kind of hat, which is good, especially because I don't know who this is going to. I see.
I always volunteer.
I know you do.
Just make it under, it should be a thing running across the bottom of the screen all the time that says, I'll take that.
This is made from Earthly Hues out of Granville, Ohio. They're divine color inspired by nature. This is an 80% superwash merino wool, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon in their colorway peony, which is actually made from peonies. So
wait a minute. Did I miss that before? I didn't realize.
I know I told you that before.
I was listening before, apparently.
This is also one that you gave me from your stash.
No.
So, neener.
What is with me?
I don't know.
I should never have given that up.
No, you shouldn't have.
Yeah, actually, you did it justice. I think it's gorgeous. I'm so glad you have it, actually.
I think it turned out into a really great hat. And I think it's going to be nice and warm with that cashmere content. Makes it nice, just luscious, wonderful to knit with. I totally messed up the decreases. I didn't even care. It wasn't so much that it was like going to bother me or anybody else. So, you know, just know if you get this hat, I'm sorry. But
I love yarns like that are a solid color, but tonal enough to make it interesting.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Do you have more socket hats in your future?
I do, just not right now.
Yeah.
I was going to make one for Heather, and actually, I'll show you the yarn that I started one with. And I got about an inch into it and said, this is the most gorgeous yarn. I cannot just make a sockhead hat out of this. So I started texting Heather with some pattern ideas, and she picked one out. So I shall show that to you in a later segment. But
okay, fine.
Yeah, I'll definitely be making more because they're just so simple and easy. And I think they make great presents. So yeah. The other thing that I finished is I finished Brian's Ravenclaw socks.
Gorgeous. Oh, I love the mismatch, but it matches. That's really fun.
Right here these are toe-up socks that I started with a Fish Lips Kiss heel. And right here is where I was the last time we podcasted. And so I finished up this sock and completed this sock while we were on the trip. I was unsure if I would have enough yarn to make them matching with the toes and the heels and the cuffs. So I asked Brian, I said, how much would it bother you if they did not match? And he was like, I don't care. They're warm and they're awesome. So it's all good. So
I love them like that.
It was really fun. It kept it interesting. And I think they look so different, because of how they, one, I don't know. I just like the way they look.
In how the contrasting yarns work too,
I
for somebody who's
agree.
considering it, the difference between picking up the light and picking up the dark.
I
It's
agree.
fun.
So you've got this one where you've got the lighter shades that are more dominant, and then you've got this one where the darker shades are more dominant. And
Do you prefer one over the other?
I love them both. Although this morning I was getting them ready to podcast with, and I was like, they kind of remind me of R2-D2 colors as well
Oh, really?
from Star Wars.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know, maybe my brother-in-law Spencer might need some socks, because
He could totally rock socks
he
like
could
that.
totally rock socks like this, but not these. These are for Brian. And these are made out of the Loopy U Solid series. And I used Cobalt for the blue color and Dove for the second color. And these are 100% superwash merino wool. These are also very hardy yarns. These are not going to wear out anytime soon, which I really appreciate. I'm not worried about him busting a hole in these, within the first, 6 months of wearing them. So, you want to feel them? They have a nice,
wow.
They have a nice tooth to them.
They really do. I mean, they are substantial feeling. So
Yes.
they don't feel like they have so much drape that they'd slide down your foot.
No.
They will hold their shape nicely.
Yes. So those are the two things that I finished.
Yay.
What did you finish, Mama?
So many things. So let's see. I'm going to go to the oldest one that I forgot to share last time. I don't know how that
man.
happened. I think I had it stashed in a bag on my studio door, and
She's
forgot
fancy.
it. So this is Wingspan. Am I showing it the right way? Maybe it doesn't matter. This is Wingspan, and it's special because this is yarn that I dyed, yarn that I dyed with Peggy.
Oh.
She taught me how she goes about doing striped yarns, and this
Wow.
was a beautiful maple colorway that that she does in her yarns, and she taught me how to do it. And
Isn't that nice?
it's gorgeous, and I just think it's going to be so beautiful come fall.
Yes.
Wingspan is a lot of people have done it. I'll put it on just so you can see. And it is not like the Goliath of shawls. It is just a lovely thing to put around you for a little extra warmth if you want it, or just for color. There's no gracious way to do this while I'm having you all watch, is there?
Watch as she dresses herself.
But you can see how it's got enough that it can go over the shoulder also, and you could use a pin with it or whatever. I also think it's pretty just wearing it loose and letting it hang like this. So I love it. I loved doing all the angles and stuff. It took a while for me to kind of get the hang of it, though. There was a lot of short rows, which I had done a lot of that, and so by the time you're done with this, you'll be good at short rows.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yes.
But anyway, I loved it, and thank you, Peggy, from 100th Sheep, for showing me it's not perfect. It's as perfect as it's gonna get. It's not pretty though.
It is beautiful.
Yeah,
I
I
love
love
how
it.
the colors play together, and how, especially with a striping yarn, how it turns out with that the short row shaping of the shawl. I think it's a perfect match.
It's
Of
lovely.
yarn and pattern.
And this is may not be showing quite as much as I'd hoped, but I think you can see it now. There's a little bit of what we call, see if I can get to it. Where is it? Over here? It's a brown, and then next to it this aubergine color. I'm going to call it that because I think that's what it is, like an eggplant.
Yeah.
And I just love that touch in with this colorway. That's Peggy's sense of color is amazing. So I love it.
Wonderful.
Enough of me going on about it, okay?
Okay, stop.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I will.
Enough about the wingspan.
So the other thing I finished was starting in our charity along.
Yes.
I tried I'll have to link for the pattern, won't I? This was a preemie hat. I tried doing a little flower on it, and I used a new style that I had learned about on a pin, where you, as a Pinterest pin, for those of you who may not be into it, but you actually create a foundation of a cross stitch like this, a big cross, and then you weave the yarn in and out.
Oh.
And as you weave, it becomes a flower, and I just tied a little dot in the center and tried to do little leaves. I suppose I should have. I don't know if it's the colors I'm not liking with it. It's just too blah. But anyway, it was a cute little hat pattern done flat with a seam in back. And then you tie the top. I just thought this was a cute little, almost like they're a little package or something. But look how tiny this is.
As very tiny.
I love it though.
That's a preemie hat, correct?
Preemie hat, and it is a cotton blend.
I think you used, what was it, Genie?
This is Plymouth Genie. You're so
Yeah.
good. Yeah, awesome. And I do like Plymouth Genie for this kind of thing. It's very soft, and I would like to use more of it. This one is Heartland, right? And I forgot the name of the colorway.
Glacier Bay.
Glacier Bay. I believe this is also a pattern, which I'll be figuring out which one I used.
She will send it to me so I can put it in the show notes.
But on this one, I actually let the decreases come to a little bit of a point because I thought it was adorable. And I put a pom-pom on, and I wanted to show
So whimsical.
it is whimsical. I want to show the Pom-Pom Maker by Clover. And it makes it a perfect little pom-pom. Remember when Fat Squirrel was doing her pom-pom
Yes.
escapades?
Yeah.
So I had gotten one before then, but I fell in love with it all over again because it made me laugh. But the neat thing is, you can certainly do this. I've always done it on cardboard or whatever, even my fingers when that's all I had. But this thing is just a clever invention, and I just wanted to share it with you. So you open it up like this, and you'll see that there is a half moon or a rainbow shape on both sides. So all you're going to do is you're going to wrap around and around the rainbow. And you do it so that's one half of a pom-pom there. So you get it as thick as you want to get a nice thick one so that you get a nice thick pom-pom. Then you close it. Okay? Then you wrap the other half of the pom-pom, which is this side, and that's the other half moon or rainbow shape. You wrap it till it's covering that whole shape. And you're not worrying about tying anything off. Just let your tails hang out the top. Close it again. Then in the center, there's a valley right here. And that is where you're going to take a long string. If your string is not really strong, you're going to double it. And you're going to just slip it into that valley, and you're going to tie a really sturdy square knot or whatever kind of surgeon's knot you like to use, whatever. Once it's tied really tight, well, I skipped a step. Before you tie it, you're going to run your scissors along that valley and cut the pom-pom free. Let the pom-pom be free. Do it on both sides. Okay, so now they're just little strips. Do not open the loom yet.
Yeah.
Or else you'll have a mess. Once you cut along the valley, then you put the string in, tie it super tight, and then you just open up the pink sides that you had wrapped on, pull the loom apart, and the pom-pom comes out perfectly. And what it does basically is it's holding everything really nice and tight for you. If you ever tried to make a pom-pom, if you're not holding on tight, things can go wonky and all that. So
I have even used a TV remote before to make a pom-pom. Did not turn out quite as nice as I had hoped.
Yeah, I've seen people use a fork to do it. I've seen people use their fingers. I've used my fingers before, but if you like little gadgets like I do, this one still sticks around for when I need the random pom-pom. And this is, I believe, the smallest size, and that's the size pom-pom it makes, which is perfect for that.
Yes.
So that's my fun little doodad to show you. And then I just made a, this one, I'm going to forget the name of the yarn. It'll be in there, but it is an acrylic, but it's really soft feel.
Oh yeah, that's really nice.
This one, even though it was gauged for a preemie hat, it's actually closer to it's a newborn size. So I'll take these measurements now and I'll downsize them. I did a folded brim.
That does look nice.
And so I just liked the idea of it, of that really soft edge being around their head. So I think this is a lovely little hat.
Yes.
I thought gray for a little boy. I mean, I know it's not exciting, but I just thought it'd be precious on a newborn for a little boy.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I did that. Also, you may recognize that the center of this needle punch project right in here, that is your sock head hat yarn.
Yes. I gave it to Mom after I finished, and I said, "Do you think you can use this?" And she goes, "Yes, yes, I can right now."
So what I decided was I wanted to take needle punch with me, or punch needle, on my trip. And I had gone on Pinterest and seen a lot of different ideas. I had seen a version of this bee that I really liked. And so I just decided I think I used a plate for the shape. I freehanded the bee, and then at the end decided the kind of border I wanted. I went for some circles, and I just used leftover sock yarns, and now it's my favorite to use. I just love it. And I am really pleased with how it turned out. I tried a new edging. And I wanted to get close enough so I could show you. Why is everything going off camera today? Let's try this. I did a actual crochet edge.
Oh.
Now the thing that when I get closer, you'll see, do you see those little light spots? That's where I didn't get it quite close enough and some of the backing is showing. So the last project I did where I just whip stitched using thread and a needle. That gave me a better result than the crochet. I think the crochet would work if I, either had a crochet hook with a pointier head, or I would,
Or two.
or Z, if I had used an awl or some sort of a pokey thing, even a DPN, a small DPN to poke. Because I was having such trouble getting through. This is on a really like a dense linen. And so it was really hard to get through. But once I started, I thought, let's just pursue it and see how it goes. So I love it still. I think it's adorable. I'm going to use it. I love it that it's little bits and pieces of mostly Brianne's projects. But this will probably be, I could frame it if I wanted to. I don't know exactly what I'm doing with it yet. It may just be a lovely thing that I put my drink on. Not sure.
To me, that's it's so beautiful. I think it's worthy of, being framed and looked at and, not being a coaster for a drink.
Well, we'll see. I did have fun doing it. It's so neat that this is my souvenir from the trip.
Yeah.
I loved that. I worked on the way. I worked on it when I was there a little bit and worked on the way home.
Love it.
Finished off here, so I love it.
Perfect.
Let's see, anything else that's finished? Yes, right here. So I had decided, since we're doing our charity along, that I wanted to be able to offer you,
Me or
you and
Okay.
everyone
okay.
out there that's participating.
She's including me just to be nice.
It's for you too. I wanted you to have a tag because I thought if you've made an adorable little hat, I'm just going to say I think it's adorable. Why not?
Yes.
Okay. And I want to give it, I've washed it, I've spent hours on it, that I want something adorable to put on it. So I made these little tags. Okay. Doesn't it even like if you were to put that on the little top there, doesn't it just make it look wonderful? And let me get close. And it says, "You are loved." And it's crooked, of course, because that's how I do things. You are loved. This one is colored. I just colored it in with some markers I had. And that's a freehand drawing that I did. And on the back is here where it says handmade by, and then you can put your name and you can put a little bit about the project. What size is it? What fiber did you make it out of? And how do they take care of it? Because I thought that's important information for people to know. Now, what I did was I drew up the template for this and I scanned it with my phone. I'm saying all this because you can only be so exacting on your phone.
True.
My screen is this big. That's what I have to work with. So this is not like, you know, fine graphics work. It's just my own handiwork. But I thought maybe you might enjoy having something special to put with your gift. So what I'm going to do is there'll be a link. I'm going to post it on our website as a free download, as a PDF file. And I used just some kind of thicker card craft paper that I got on Amazon. I'm sure you can find it, you know, you can get your local Michaels or whatever, but pick any color you like. Maybe you like, you know, soft blue or whatever. I cut it out using just a, you can just use scissors. There is a border around the outside. You could just use that for your cutting edge if you like and cut it by hand. There's 4 on a sheet. You run it through front and back. So you run it through one time and then you know, put your paper into your copier or printer, I mean. Again, and your printer will all be different as to which way you put them. You'll have to experiment to see if it goes in front ways or back ways. And it will end up putting this on the back for you once you figure out how it goes. So you cut it out. I used a hole punch to punch a hole. What a brilliant idea hole punches were. Whoever thought of that?
I'm saying.
But, you know, whatever. And I talked about this before, seam binding.
Yes.
Which I got on Amazon, but use ribbon, use yarn from your project.
Sure.
Or a contrasting one, whatever. And then, oh no.
What are you looking for?
My you're going to have to take over.
Okay.
Just for a moment.
Yes.
So I can't find the thing I wanted to show that was so cool.
So I'm taking over. Forever.
Oh, stink.
And, so I'm going to get a little bit closer so you can see the back. But, oh no, here we go. There we go. Look at the details there. Aren't those so precious though? And even she did a rounded edge. Is that what you're going to talk about?
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Okay. I just think I love it square, but I did a rounded border because I think rounded edges just make it extra adorable. So on Amazon, but I'm sure other places, you can buy corner rounders. But this one, oh my goodness, I'm going to show it. And what I love about it,
Tell us, what is it?
it has 3 different corner rounds. Okay, let's see if I can get closer so you can see. You can make 3 different size. You can see small, there's large, medium, and small. Everything's backwards, sorry everyone. And it collects the little clippings in back so that you don't lose them all over the floor. I love that. So 3 choices, and it's got a really good, really easy, see, it's just 1 finger. It's not hard to do. And it just makes a perfect corner. So all you do is slide your paper in something like this, and then you clip down and you've got a perfect rounded corner.
So fun.
So super easy to do. Now you don't have to do that, but I loved this little tool. It is the Kadumaru Pro.
We shall link to it.
I got it on Amazon. It's not cheap, but if you do a lot of handcrafts, it's just a nice little touch. Do not feel any obligation to do corner rounds, whatever. They look also nice square. But this is my little gift to you this week. My goal is to do some more so that you have a choice. Maybe you want to do a bigger or a smaller, whatever. I'll come up with it. I'll see if I can. If not, you have one.
There you go.
But I thought it would be really nice to be able to have labels so that the person that gets this will know a little bit about who made it and what's in it. Okay? So I made a few. You can see I've got them all ready for my projects.
Yes.
And obviously you can use them for more than just this charity alone. You could use it anytime that you need a tag. That's our little gift to you.
Yes.
One of the wonderful things, though, it happens because of the way I laid this out. When you're cutting out your tags, you end up with add the left and the right hand side as a slip of paper. And what I saw when I saw this?
Something amazing.
A bookmark.
Oh, yes.
So it was craft day. We did crafts with the kids, and I taught them how to make a pom-pom. Another use for your pom-pom maker. You could do a simple tassel or just a piece of your wonderful yarn that you love. And I just free-formed, like, they look like little eggs when you start with them, you know, an egg shape, and added color with, this is all pencil. And so I made this for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's so sweet of you. I love it. And I love she even put Stony Brook 2015 at the bottom.
You wouldn't even know it was your mother otherwise.
No, I wouldn't. I forget you sometimes. I'm like, do I have a mom? Do I?
But we were talking about how much we love coloring, right?
Yes.
And we've so been eyeing those adult coloring books.
Yes, the
right?
one. Yes. In fact, Brian texted one to me and he goes, I think your mom would love this. And I was like, yes, she would. So of course I had to send it to you.
Yeah, and I did love it.
Yes.
So when I was doing this, I thought, well, I'll do my own adult coloring book. But I thought, you know, if you did a couple pages of them, you'd have 4 of them or 8 of them, whatever. 4. And it would make great little gifts to tuck in.
For sure.
So that's a little extra goodie for this week. I think that's all with the finished.
Okay. You did some spinning while we were...
I did.
While we were gone. You, amazingly, if you followed me on Instagram, you saw me post pictures of Mom spinning in the car using her Turkish spindle, which I found incredibly impressive.
It was so fun. You know, it's about, you know, this big around total, so it doesn't take up a lot of room. And I had brought it along. I started keeping it in my purse. I don't know if I told you that.
No,
Yeah, it comes in a muslin bag, and so I just tuck a little bit of fiber in there. I have a little bit left over from projects I've done and stuff, so I'll grab a handful. And so what I'm doing with it, because I'm not trying to do a big project, I don't use a spindle for that purpose. So I spin up little bits, and then they are going to be put together, woven together, I should say, using a wooden Zoom loom that I got. It's not the actual Zoom loom brand, but it was made by Kim in Colorado, another one of my Colorado friends. And when I'm ready to bring that out, I have more squares to show you. I'll link her information, but she hand makes these looms and she puts the instructions on them, so
that's smart.
I don't have to remember how to do it every time.
Which is brilliant.
So I thought it'd be a really fun way to use the little scraps that I'm the scrap fiber, turning it into yarn that'll become some fun thing sometime.
Amazing thing.
Yeah.
Well, I finished plying up my Fiber Nymph Dye Works, and I think it turned out. No, here we go. Wait for it. There we go.
Gorgeous.
In a little bit.
Wow.
So there we go. I think that turned out really, really well. It's probably the thing that I'm so proud of so far.
What about me?
I don't know. Are you really proud of it?
You're supposed to be proud of me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were asking if you were proud of this too, and I was hoping you to say yes. I didn't realize
I'm so proud of you, yarn, hon.
I'm so proud of you, Mom. You're amazing.
Do you love that yarn more than your children? What are you trying to say?
Yes. That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
It is gorgeous. I mean,
Yes.
I just can't see anything that you could do to improve that. It's gorgeous.
I think it turned out really, really well. And I'm really happy with how my spinning is progressing. So that makes me happy. So let's talk about gilding the lily.
Yes, let's talk about gilding the lily.
Because there has been some gilding that has happened.
I have been blown away by some of it, but the first gilding happened when we were in Virginia.
Yes.
And it was a local yarn shop that we had Googled to find. And Heather decided, this is such a fun thing, back to Heather, because she's so wonderful.
Yes.
But she took each one of us out on a little date on this trip.
Yes.
And I just thought it was so wonderful. We all got one-on-one time with her. So she took Isaac out for one-on-one time at GameStop and left Brianne and I off at the yarn store.
Brilliant.
She could stay gone as long as she wanted.
Two things at once. Yeah. She almost had to stay for longer than she planned to.
She almost did. I made a friend. Yes. But it was a wonderful yarn store, and can you remember the name of it, Brianna?
I think it was Coordinating Colors, which is in...
Okay, Coordinating Colors Yarn Shop is in Yorktown, Virginia. And
it's shop with a shoppy.
Oh, yes, shop with a shoppy. I could show them my tag, I suppose. Does it hurt anything?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Let's just show, because let's give them some business. Unfortunately,
They're actually going out of business.
They're going out of business, but you can get some sale items there. A 20% discount, you can see. Oh my goodness, she has everything, I think.
She had a lot of stuff.
She has everything from nice acrylics,
yes,
all the way up to cashmere and the really fine gourmet fibers.
Yes.
And I did not see spinning fiber.
No.
So it's all yarn.
Yes.
They have quite a lot, and they are actually going to be going back to being an online business. But I really suggest that you go and check them out if you do live in the area, because if she even would give you a better discount if you buy all of one color, let's say.
Right, like if you buy out a certain color, which I did of one.
And I didn't, just because I'm really trying to stash down, so... And I say that, and I brought home 3.
That's not bad,
that's
though.
how I do it. This one...
These are all things for the charity along.
They
so
are.
They're going to be used quickly.
All of these will be for the charity along. And I have to say, I have an exciting thing coming. I ordered a loom, a preemie hat loom to try out. Because I was thinking, I don't always find the smaller needles for a hat as relaxing. And so I thought a loom for that might be really fun. So that's to be continued. Stay tuned for that. But I found this lovely worsted weight acrylic yarn. It says anti-pilling. That sold me right there.
Yeah.
And it comes in a million colors. Universal Yarn Company. I like their slogan. Knit, relax, smile, and repeat. This is a beautiful kind of a stony gray, which I also, of course, you saw before. I'm a big fan of. But I mean, you got to feel it before. You can find more about it here. It says at universalyarn.com in Harrisburg, North Carolina. But I have not seen it before personally, but I would highly recommend
it too.
Yeah, I mean, it is an excellent yarn. Comes in all sizes, I think. I saw from, I don't know if they had fingering weight.
They had they did have a DK.
Did they have a DK? I think they had a sport weight too.
Yes.
So yes, on this, I would have bought more. I would have bought a sweater's worth had I had funds that I felt were okay to spend. I mean, we were already going on the trip, so I didn't want to go too far, too crazy.
You went crazy with other things though.
A little. So... Can't go crazy on everything.
It's true.
This one is one I love. I'm a big fan of Tweedy yarns. Brianne, can you hold that up for them so I can read this? So this is Tatamy. I have no idea if it's right. Tatamy Tweed, made by Kramer Yarns. This is a DK cotton and acrylic blend with the little nubbies in it. I mean, come on. So cute. That one doesn't have a lot. I mean, it's not strong. You can see. It's not a heavy one. It's they list it as a 3 weight, so I guess that's what they show, a DK now. But I love it. That's going to be more preemie hats, which I think would be really fun. Look at that. Is it just me that thinks that's gorgeous?
That one is bright and cheerful, and I love it.
It's a little bit of an orangey red kind of, and I thought, there's babies come in all colors, all nationalities, and I can imagine there are many babies that would rock the total color thing.
For sure.
So,
yes. I also purchased some things for the charity along. I purchased 3 of the Uptown Worsted.
Did you really?
I did.
Yay.
Here we go. And this is in colorway Little Boy Blue, which is color 309, if you should like to go take a look at it.
I didn't even say what it was online.
Donahue. Donahue.
The Donahue show?
Yeah.
I bet that's it.
Totally. Nothing says,
Donahue was a talk show host that had gray hair. So just picture this as his hair. And he married Marlo Thomas.
Oh.
Danny Thomas's daughter.
Okay.
This is going back to the day, but there's a couple of you out there will know.
Yes, absolutely.
They're like the dream couple.
The dream couple.
He was the one that really got talk shows going.
Yes, I remember Donahue. And then, so I got 3 skeins of this. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to do like grown-up hats with this or if I'm going to do preemie hats with this. I have options.
Can you just show them? This is a good one to show them the kind of twist that this has. I think it's going to show stitch definition quite nicely. Mm-hmm. I think it's got a nice tight, I mean, it's not tight in the sense that it's hard yarn, but it's got a really nice twist to it. I think it will show stitch definition nicely.
I agree. I also picked up 2 of these. No,
adorable.
There we go. Cedar Snuggly Crofter Baby Feral Effect Decay, which I thought in pretty much everything we've seen, they've asked for more baby boy hats.
They have. It's probably more fun to knit hats for little girls, so they get a lot of those. But
I thought this would be a really fun. Who would not want a little feral baby hat?
I know. I was very tempted by that.
Yes, they had it in like a pink and a purple that you almost got.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt bad because there's a lot of them that were saying, please no more girl hats. So
yeah.
The boys need some.
They
we
do.
Give the boys some love.
And blue is my favorite color, so I had no problems buying.
That's gorgeous. I just don't want to copy you.
I normally do. I don't care if you copy me. We can be twinsies. I don't mind. Yay! And let's see. So I saved up quite a bit to be able to make some purchases, and they had some great sales going on.
Yeah.
On certain things, and Barocco socks was one of them, so I picked up 2 of these.
Gorgeous.
They're different. These are on sale for $10 each. Not like, total.
Oh my word.
But that was a great sale.
This is normally $17.
Yeah, normally, well, there's even a price tag underneath that, but I don't know how much that was. But anyways, that says $17.50. But anyways, so these will be Brian socks. And I got a skein of this Trekking XXL.
That's the one that just took my breath away. As I thought, I love that beautiful pink with the brown and the cream. And
the caramel color is kind of a fun, unexpected.
Oh, it is.
That there?
Now I see it.
Yeah.
And is it a Fairlight pattern also?
I'm assuming so because of the way that it's
color's looking a little richer than what you're seeing there. But
this is color number 126 in case you would like to check it out for yourself
Sexy
online.
126.
I know they know how to name colors around there. One of the really surprising things that she had is that she had the Cyborg's Craft Room, which, I mean,
that isn't
that
gorgeous.
amazing? This is the Asocolate base in the Cosmos colorway, which
were not on sale, but that's okay.
No, she goes, these aren't on sale, and I'm like, I know, I don't, and that's not a problem. She had 3 different colorways to choose from, and I went with this one because I think it's just amazing.
It is beautiful.
And I think this is going to be something special. I don't know what, but it's going to be amazing because it's an amazing yarn. And then the last thing that I bought was for Heather for a Christmas present is I got this, sorry about the rustling of the bag. I got this Malabrito sock in the Piedras colorway. And this is not going to come across right because the colors are too beautiful to actually be able to see.
Malabrigo has such an eye for color. I don't know how that all happens, but
I have no clue.
They have my heart.
They really do. And so I started a sock head hat with this, and I texted Heather and I said, please, can we do something else? Can I make you a shawl or a scarf or something with this that it would be different, because this does not need to be on your head. This needs to be around your neck and be given some glory because it's a glorious color.
It's glorious.
It is glorious. And so I will show you what we ended up deciding on. We decided on the Kalimna shawl,
Oh my goodness. Gorgeous.
which has been in my queue for a while.
That is gorgeous.
This is by Amba, is what it says. And so, yes, I love it. And I'm so excited to be able to make it. And I think it's going to be so beautiful. So that is what I brought home from Virginia with me. So, and that's my It's a Good Thing is souvenir yarn. I love souvenir yarn.
It's so fun.
There's just something about it that is,
Yeah.
really enjoyable, and just to remember.
It brings it all back too when you
It
use it, doesn't it?
does.
It's like
It
you're right back
does.
there. Oh, I remember how fun that was.
Yeah, for sure. And should we talk about our contest? Our craft along?
We did get a wonderful gift.
Oh my gosh. How could I forget about that?
I don't think you did forget. I don't know. Maybe
Well,
you did.
I did for a moment, but we did receive something in the mail that was just blew us away.
The angels sang. "Ah!"
Yeah. Like we got home on Sunday night. I didn't get a chance to open it right away, and but when I did, I was like, it moved to tears.
Yeah, it was. I was shocked. Actually, is probably
Yes.
the way I felt. I was like, wow.
Yes.
I was so excited. So let's tell them what it is.
So the very sweet Bella Socks sent me a note on Ravelry right before we left for the trip, and said that she wanted to send us a little something in the mail. So when we get back, there's a box that looks.
Don't show her address.
Oh no, I won't. That looks like this. And I was like, wow, that's quite a box. I wonder what could be in here. And so I opened it up, and it is like jam-packed full of fiber.
Well, it was Christmas here yesterday.
It was Christmas.
Merry
And
Christmas, you all.
not just like fiber, like any old fiber, but like really amazing fiber.
Well, I would say that everything she sent were things that were on my wish list of things I'd like to try someday.
yes.
So I was so excited. I get to show mine first because
Okay.
I'm beyond excited about them. Knitty in color. Now, we've heard about this,
Of
right?
course. Now, we actually split this one in half because we both wanted to try it. So Mom got 4 and I got 4.
I think you guys know that that I have a blending board because I demoed it on and
One
I
of our
made
very
one,
first
one of our
episodes.
first ones. But Knitty in Color is a master at this.
Mm-hmm.
To do something is one thing, to do it well is a whole different thing. And
Yes.
Knitty in Color has done a beautiful job of this. I absolutely love this. I may steal these back. I don't know. Dance party.
It's okay.
Sorry.
You know what? This is totally a moment where
Right.
it is worthy of a woo-woo. Love, love.
It is beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was one. Knitty in Color. Always wanted to try it.
Yes.
And some of this is, I think I eventually would get to it. But if I were honest with myself, these are probably things that I may have never had the opportunity to try.
Yeah.
So this is like, I'm over the moon.
Yes.
Excited. Also, wool gathering.
Oh,
They have a huge part of my Etsy cart life. They
Did you
just
know
have a
that
knack for color.
Did you know that they max out your Etsy cart at 99 things?
Maybe it's just my cart they maxed because they were so tired of the numbers I was reaching.
And how do we know that they max it out at 99? Because Mom has hit 99.
99,
And
baby.
they don't let you go any further.
I gotta go cull the herd and start again. So this one, let's see, it's Twisted Gals, June and July, 2012 spin along in feather. I mean, the colors
Beautiful.
are just lovely. How fun is that?
And so saturated.
I had a very difficult time not breaking open all of these things and starting to spin them right away last night.
I know.
Did you? Yeah.
You know what I did was I actually cleared off and finish clearing off my
Did you your wheel?
my wheel so that I could make sure that I could start spinning some things because I'm excited.
I do think I may save these for my spindle.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because I think spindle spinning is so much more fun when you have, action happening.
Mm-hmm.
And they're so easy these would be easy to transport, though. They are so gorgeous. I might just stare at them for a while, too.
Just leave them out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And spun right round.
Yeah.
Don't you have to go like to Maryland Sheep and Wool or some one of those fancy places to get spun right round? Look, not one, but two.
In the same colorway.
And look at the colors. Does this not look like Linda?
It does look like Linda for sure.
And it's called Rock Lobster.
That's right.
Gorgeous. So, wow.
Yeah.
But I have to say, the whole thing was wow.
The whole thing. So let me show you my wow things. So y'all know that I just finished up the Fiber Nymph Dye Works, and Bella Socks included some Fiber Nymph Dye Works in here for us. And so Mom was like, why don't you pick something first? I was like, I want this one.
Yeah. Which I was going to go for, but look even what she's wearing is perfect with it.
I know. So this is a Falkland top in the Kaleidoscope colorway, which is an SSK 2012 exclusive colorway, 4 ounces, beautiful. The blues and
so gorgeous.
It's just so amazing. The purple, this little area here, a little bit of green. It just makes me so happy.
Well, I have to say too, and this is Polworth and Tussa Silk.
That's amazing.
So that's a blend I haven't tried before. So excited about that.
Yes. The other one that she sent was this beautiful thing right here.
Totally wanted that one too. It's like everything was a home run, right?
It totally was. This is 100% BFL in the Vampire Kisses colorway. Yeah. Which I have never done one like this where it's, like all black and then it goes to all purple and then the pink.
Are we calling that gradient?
I don't know if it's a gradient or I don't think it's a gradient, but I don't know what it is, but I will have to figure out how to spin this. But this is very precious. I love this. And Ailish goes, oh, I like the pink. So
no, she can't have it.
I don't.
Buy her own pink. You did buy her pink.
I did buy her pink.
She will love it, but she won't appreciate it like you will.
No, she won't.
Not yet. When she's older.
And the last thing that we were rejoicing in was this. She sent us gourmet stash.
What?
Can you even believe it? And look at these beautiful hand-carded poonies.
Yeah.
It's 1 ounce of superfine merino, cashmere, silk, bamboo, milk fiber, and Angelina in a bit of a bubbly.
I mean, it feels so soft. I really don't know how they get these things. See if we can get it close enough so you can feel it.
Can you feel it?
It is. Are you feeling that? It is just so amazingly soft. And it really wants to spin. You can just see how easily it comes off like a puff of cloud.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I told Mom, I said, I do not feel worthy of this right now. And so, but she said that I was worthy.
You are
and
totally
so she told
worthy.
me that I need to try it. So I'm going to.
If we wait till we're good enough for things, we're never going to do stuff.
That's true.
We're just going to enjoy and have fun with it and do our best, and then you'll get to see what we do with it.
That's right. Now, I did ask Bella Socks if we could save one for you guys because we were so touched and so blessed that we wanted to make sure that we were able to share some with you. And so we have this.
Not that I wouldn't have taken it. I'm just saying. I would have been happy to take it, but we felt we had to spread the joy.
Yes. I'm going to take this out so you can see. Sorry for the rustling. But I want to make sure that you can see how beautiful this is.
It's soft.
This is the first draft by Lindy G. And it comes with a stitch marker on it.
Isn't that fun?
This is 4 ounces of Polworth. And it's called And I'm All Out of Bubblegum. And this is another one where Ailish saw the pink and she goes, I want that.
Okay, and it is just so delightful.
Yes, and just so squishy and
Go back here, I'm coming off screen, but I think it's gonna just spin up beautifully.
yes, for sure.
And this one, I would like to have my bed made out of this so I could just sleep on it.
Would you? Oh my goodness. Wow, that's really saying something.
You get on that? Will you make a bed for me?
Yes, all out of Polworth. So we just want to say a huge thank you to Bella Socks.
Yes.
And
that was, we really were blown away.
speechless, which, as you know, for us is a very difficult thing to do.
Yes, at an hour and something into it, we are still speechless.
Yeah. So, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. It was, something that was just blessed us immensely, and we can't say thank you enough.
I know. I'm just, after we're done, I'm hitting the wheel.
That's right.
Right?
Yes, for sure.
And I don't know that there's any place around here that we can get fiber to spin.
No,
that I know of.
No, I think the closest place is probably about like maybe Rogersville has a little bit of
I don't know.
Fiber.
I don't think I've seen it there.
Which Rogersville is what, like an hour and 20 minutes away?
I think they stopped. I think they just carry yarn now.
Do they? Mm-hmm. Wow. So, yes. Should we talk about our charity along really quick?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have our charity along going on in June and July, so you have plenty of time to join us. We are not choosing a charity specifically like for everyone to craft along with us, but you find something that touches your heart, you find something that you are passionate about, and craft along with us. We don't care what kind of crafting it is, whether it be knitting, crocheting, weaving, spinning. I mean,
I'll take sewing. I'll take any work of your hands. Let's just say.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be for a literal charity. It could just be someone that you know that is in need.
Yes. Someone that you want to knit a prayer shawl for, who is going through a hard time. Go for it.
Or their kids won't have coats, warm clothes this winter. I was going to say this summer. No, this winter.
Right.
And so maybe you knit hats for them and help them locate
Such a
coats
great
or
idea.
something. So, yeah, I found one this last week.
Did you?
Yes, that I am really excited about. And I'm so excited that the room that is right over here is currently full of plastic bags. I'm collecting sacks that look like this because there is a movement of people who get together and they take those sacks, they turn it into plarn, P-L-A-R-N, which is plastic yarn basically. And then so you're basically helping the environment because all of those are not becoming landfill.
Right.
And they can be recycled. But we all know, many of us plan to recycle and it never makes it there. So I put out a call at church and I said, anybody who is wanting to participate with me, can you save your plastic bags for me? And I came back one Sunday, my son picked them up for me and I was on vacation, so I wasn't there, but back of his car was full of bags.
Yes.
I did 2 samples to show you. This one's a crocheted version. I just put a little hook here to see how strong if you gave someone. What they do normally is they make them about 3 feet wide, about 6 feet long, enough for a grown person to lay on them. And the idea is it's a layer between you and the ground so that you can stay dry.
Yes.
And we pray, we want people to not live outdoors because they can't afford a place to live. So the goal is not for them to stay there forever. But if you are in a position where you have to be outdoors and living rough, let's try and make you more comfortable.
Yes.
So these get made and given to different charities. There is actually at the library in Springfield, they are doing a class in August where you can learn how to weave them. That's the other thing people do. This one's crocheted. I did this one on a stick loom. That's the kind that just have the dowels that are up, and then they have an eye in them, and there's string that goes through the eye of the dowel, and you weave on the dowels themselves, and then when you're done weaving a section, you pull the dowels out and slide the weaving down onto the strings. So you can see here the leftovers of the strings that I had. I have just a mini version, like it's like had 4 little sticks, so I could test it. But this also, I'm trying to decide which is going to be the more comfortable and easy to do without hurting my wrists.
Yeah.
So these were my samples.
This is really a big project.
It is. I mean, it takes 700 to 900 bags to weave a mat.
That's huge.
So you're taking 700 to 900 bags out of landfill. That's fantastic. But I don't want to ruin my wrist also doing it.
True.
So this is my experiment, but I talked to a pastor's wife at church that leads the women's ministries part of things. Not that we're all split up at church. That's not the case. But women like to do things together. Let's just be honest about it.
do.
So I suggested that if people wanted to learn how to do charitable crafting, that maybe it would be nice for the people who are like me, who don't always have the health to be going out and doing a lot of things, that they could do something they could do at home. And it would be a way to incorporate people who are more, I don't know, what do you say when someone is not able to get out? More homebound. If you're more homebound, sometimes you can feel so disconnected and feel like, well, where is my value? What are, even though you are valuable, it doesn't feel good to be at home and to not be giving and not be a part of things. So I thought, when you have 900 bags to cut, that would be such an easy project to do at home.
For sure.
Right?
Yes.
Or how about cutting out tags so that the person who gets the mat knows who worked on it, and they hear you are loved. And maybe that's not going to change their life, but that's going to brighten their day.
Yeah.
And to know that somebody cared enough to do those things. Even if, I was telling Brianne this morning, even if I only make one mat, it's helping one person.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
One person's, if you are that person, it's a game changer. It's a life changer.
It is.
So the other thing that has kind of started to grow out of this is that people that hear that I'm collecting these bags now, there's a woman who goes to Africa several times a year and trying to empower the women there to provide for their families. A lot of them are single moms, and because of diseases that have circumstances that come through and have ravaged their families, and so they are trying to go in with projects that these women can do to help earn money. And so of course, you know how much I love researching things.
Yes.
So that's another thing that I'm thinking of, and it's a way that charity can expand beyond just giving somebody something one time. What if you give them the ability to make something where they can turn around and duplicate that and have an income?
Right.
Which is wonderful, right?
Yes.
So there are so many fun charities, really exciting charities.
Yeah.
So follow me on Pinterest if you like. I am, what did we decide? Stony Brook C on Pinterest. And you can see some of the things I have posted in there as possibilities. Some of them are just springboards for ideas, but if you need help thinking about what you'd like to do, we know there are lots of organizations that take hats and other things. So that's what I've been working on this week, making plarn. Fun stuff.
Yes.
And I'd love to hear what you guys are working on too.
Yes, we have a thread up, a chatter thread up in the group for talking about different things that you're doing, ideas about things to make, organizations to give to, and then we also have our finished project thread where you can show us the things that you've finished and help to inspire us with the things that you've done already.
They've been busy already.
You guys, yes, you have. So that's wonderful. And we have 2 gifts. Oh shoot, I was going to bring them down so that I could share. We have a bag that we're going to be giving away and also some yarn, which I will take a picture of, and Mom will put at the end of the
Yes.
episode.
You know what? I think I'll peel off some of these tags too as part of a gift.
Okay, wonderful.
And so I'll give, how about 10?
Okay.
10 tags also, so that you can label your handmade items that you make for your loved ones.
Wonderful.
So we'll include that.
Is that part of like 5 for each of the 2
Uh-huh.
prizes we're giving away?
Mhm.
Okay.
So I'll figure that out afterwards. I'll count them out. I think I
Okay.
can count to 5.
I hope so. I bet
Yeah.
you can. Well,
It's been an inspiring 2 weeks for me.
it has been.
And
Yes.
And I am behind on Ravelry, so forgive me if I haven't gotten back to you yet. I'm still catching up, but it's been a really great time reconnecting.
Yes.
Nice reconnecting with all of you too.
Absolutely. We're so glad that you joined us today. And if this is your first time watching, we just want to say thank you so much for finding us and for joining us. And if you are a longtime watcher, we're just so blessed that you come back.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And
Yeah.
you can find us on Ravelry and Instagram and on the website and so many places. We would love to talk with you and get to know you. So there you go. And until we see you again, we just want you to remember that you are knitworthy. Bye.
Bye, y'all.